This isn't an unboxing. I've got my discs TRWs, which I got for about 12 quid from eBay. Bit of slight surface rust, but nothing that isn't going to clean off. So there we go. Very exciting. Just to say, yeah, they are discs. Yeah, they are rusty, but they will clean up. 10 minutes later, two clean enough disc rotors. If you're worried about, you know, hoping for brand new shiny rotors, I mean, go to your car, take a look at the edge, which, you know, on this mild corrosion, I bet if you've had some, you know, maybe for a year on your car, then they're going to be absolutely shot looking, and the surfaces hopefully will be pretty clean. Once you've had a pad run around this a couple of times, you won't, you know, be able to tell if it's been on there for however long. So, and to be fair, you won't see them. It's a solid disc. Very pleased with that. 12 quid. No complaints whatsoever. Wheel off, car jacked up. Got ourselves an axle stand to get everything nice and out the way. Got ourselves some old pads and some new pads with the same matching design. And it turns out that I wasn't being stupid. There are 3 designs for these. When I was looking and thinking, I don't know which ones to get, suggestion of just go and ask the local motor factors. Very helpful. And I got both sets for a tenner. To be honest, you know, they can't be any worse than the originals with technology moving on and all that, and it's not a heavy car. So I'm quite happy with that. So all in all, brake replacement, £22, and off we go. Right, I thought this was going to be so easy, I didn't even bother bringing the Haynes manual. Can't just remove the point there, those are 5-sided bolts. I don't have anything to hand that's going to fit those. So we're just going to have to remove the entire caliper, this bolt down here, this bolt up here, which is where my finger is, both going to have to come off. So that is the next job. I removed this little lead, which is a brake aware sensor, just plugs in there, comes out there. We had a couple of clips on here, taken those off to give us clearance for the bolts that I don't need to adjust anymore. We're now just going to have to take the caliper off and go from there. Right, yeah, we've got the breaker bar out to pull these two off, but maybe slightly worrying they're not actually that tight. So they've come off really easy. I mean, it's better than rust, and I hate it when you've got these bolts rusted up and you can't do anything with them. But we're just going to wind these off now, and
yeah, you can just use the standard from
pull the brakes off really. Yeah, we'll swap to the standard tool. One of the pads off here, we're going to play Guess the Age of the Brake. So Jonathan, currently on 2005, I have managed to clean off the back of the brake and I can see an age on there. So this car was built in 1993, it is 2017 now, and this brake pad is 20 years old. 1997. December 1997, that's a manufacturer built there. That is impressive and in no way a good thing. Oh dear. Out.
To be fair, there seems to be quite a bit of meat on them still.
Try and keep the cut cable, the hose there. They're just old. I'm not worried about meat.
The inner side, the top edge there is a little bit more worn, but
no, they're just, the age is gone. They've hardened material, brake pad material, like any of these things. It doesn't last forever. It's like rubber seals. There's going to be a point where it's just going to perish, and that's what it's done. So yeah, keep it on the stand and we will move on to the next job. This is probably the worst disc rotor we've had in terms of it. I think this is the original. We had to use a sledgehammer to get it free. We drilled the bits out because they were well and truly in there, and we had to hit it off, and it was just completely stuck on there, corroded on. Soaked the other one, but I think again we're going to be hitting that one with a sledgehammer. The smaller hammers did not do anything with that, but they're off. Everything is fine, there's no movement here, so we haven't broken anything, which is always a plus. We don't need the screws to hold it on. The 4 bolts will do more than a good enough job.
The rest of the rubbers look okay, nothing drastic, just give it a little clean up and stick the new ones on.
We had a slight delay the other day. The pads were the wrong size, ever so slightly. There's this little notch here that sticks out. The other pads just extended slightly too far down at the edge, and clip that and they wouldn't sit in properly. So we now have the right pads, courtesy of my useful local motor factors. and Allied Nippon, and I will be going ahead and fitting those now. Finally there, this has taken way longer than I would have hoped. The clearance tolerances really are so much tighter on these modern pads, even though I've had to even properly clean back these surfaces. I cannot get the spring pieces to hold it in there. These spring pieces here, where have we gone? But I mean, there's just nowhere to put them in. We've got the clip on holding that I almost lost. That bar's back in place, everything is properly tight. But to do the other side, as I say, far too long.